Welcome to DMT and this little video of I didn't mean to buy a GSX 1400 muscle bike. What do I mean by that? Well, I actually set about to go out and buy this bike. I was in a situation where we were just giving my friend some advice on buying his first bike, and we were going around some of the motorbike shops, and not that I'm an expert or anything like that. I was just giving him some advice and tips. It was whilst we were looking in some of the motorbike shops, I've seen this particular bike I'm riding now in the corner, and there was lots of modern bikes in this bike shop, and this GSX had just come into the shop. It had not actually gone onto the shelf as such. It was sitting in the corner waiting to get marked up with the price, etc. And people were looking at it, and I thought, you know, it took my eye. So the modern bikes, you know, you've got that ergonomics of plastic and fairings and all that kind of stuff. They still look nice, don't get me wrong. I love my GS, it's a year old, the grey and white model. But this sat in the corner and it was chromed up. Chrome mirrors, chrome handlebars, and it just looked stunning. And there was a few people looking at it, and cut long story short, we left. I never told my friend I was thinking about buying it, and then 2 weeks later I went and picked it up. I didn't tell my friend until he came round a few weeks later. I told him I got an aftermarket product for the bike. He thought it was the GS. I opened the garage, he thought I'd got a tank bag or something like that.
You went back and bought it. Oh my. Oh dearie me.
Filthy, it needs a good clean.
What do you mean filthy?
Look at it, how clean it is.
Clean as anything. Bloody Ada.
Filming you.
Hello. So I think this is a beautifully styled 16 valve inline 4 motorbike, 105 brake horsepower and 93 foot-pounds of torque, 145 miles an hour top speed and a quarter-mile acceleration of 11.3 seconds. Tank range of 200 miles at an average 42 miles per gallon. At the time, a Motorcycle News rating for the GSX 1400 between 2001 and 2006 model was given a 5 out of 5. Stating a low down urge separates the Suzuki GSX 1400 from its competitors. 93 foot-pounds of torque at 5,000 revs per minute is more than impressive. It gives the bike a real Rhino feel. Tiny throttle movements equals serious acceleration. Suzuki, having a long history of brawny big bore air-cooled inline 4s developed over the last 30 years, and the GSX 1400 is a peach. Now the 2001 model came with a twin cam exhaust system before it was changed in 2005 to a single cam, and then finally in 2006 the final edition was launched with the Yoshimura's exhaust and different graphics to help shift remaining bikes as the model wouldn't meet Euro 3 emissions. So many of the early editions had the cans upgraded just like this one. This GSX has a Scorpion 4x2 system, which sounds fantastic, which you probably heard at the front of the video. It does remind me of the Peter Hickman TT racer fastest lap record holder firing up the R1000R at the MCN show earlier on this year. And one of the things I do like about this bike is the looks of it. It is a lovely retro 70s bike. Obviously it's 2001, but from its chrome headlights and its twin gauge clocks, so obviously one for its speedometer and one for its rev counter, and it's got two tripometers, digital tripometers, and a fuel gauge as well, and colour coordinated brake reservoir ducts here, both left and right. One of my pet hates is the plastic Tupperware dish reservoirs that you get on modern bikes. but not with this retro one, because they don't make them like this anymore, do they? They don't put all chrome on, and I know it's extra weight, but it goes with the looks of the vehicle. Yeah, so chrome handlebars, it goes right down to the exhaust, the back of the bike, and the polished engine parts. It just adds to the beauty and the looks of the bike. The mirrors too, yeah, they're adjustable. I have to bend my arms in a little bit just to get viewage, and you can just adjust these manually, obviously, just moving the mirrors around. No vibration. The gauges on the handlebars, they're all easy to, obviously I don't know what's the average size of a finger. They're all within easy reach, and the basic functions are all there. They're easy switches, functional switches, so that's quite good. The seat is 790mm, which is not bad. So if I'm 5'9", I can just get my legs straight over, and I'm flat-footed straight away on that side and on that side as well. So it's quite a low-down bike, bearing this big brutish 1400 engine. But I was quite surprised really, for a bike that's 21 years old, the suspension is quite good. Front suspension is a telescopic coil spring, oil damped, and the rear suspension is swing arm type, coil spring and oil damped, and you've got some settings either side for your rebound damping. The dry weight is 226 kilograms or 498 pounds, and a wet weight of 256 kilograms with all the fuelage and oils in. Front brakes, we have two 320mm discs, and at rear we have a 260mm single disc. It is an air and oil cooled 1402 cubic centimetre engine, 16 valves inline 4. It's 6-speed, chain driven, and the frame is a double cradle tubular steel frame on this bike. And if you wanted to just take this bike out for a Sunday run through the country roads, not doing anything daft, it's a lovely bike to ride, in the sense that it'll just move along nicely, very sure of itself. Obviously it's a big heavy bike, you only have to twist the accelerator or the throttle and it just goes. It's like it's just tapping its fingers waiting for you to do what it wants to do. Not that it feels like it wants to do that all the time, but just by that thunderous bassy tone roar of the exhaust and the engine, makes you feel like it's got all that power. It has got all that power there, and at any time you wanted to get out of any trouble or anything like that, where speed helps you get out of a situation, you've got that on the flick of a switch. Okay, this costs £5,500 and it's 21 years old, but there's not many of these around now, and it's becoming a bit of a collector's model, so I kind of bought it as an investment really. I will mainly be riding the GS, the BMW GS, but this GSX 1400 will be mainly my Sunday plaything, to go out for a little ride on it on a Sunday. But yeah, so get yourself down to a showroom and have a look at the second-hand sales market and haggle a deal as well, and see what you can come up with. If you found this video useful, guys, if you got something from it, then please give it a thumbs up. If you thought it was a load of old crap, then just to pure fact, I've gone out in 32 degrees heat to make the video, and I'm sweating buckets, so I'd appreciate a thumbs up just for that, if nothing else. If you've not subscribed, then please click the thumb button below, the subscribe button and the notification bell for future releases of videos. Safe motorcycling, guys. Take care and see you soon.